There's something heavy in the air between you and this person, not the kind of heaviness that comes from endings, but the kind that comes from unfinished emotion. You can feel it. You feel it in the way they look at you and then look away too quickly. You feel it in the pauses between their words. You feel it in the moments where they almost say something real and then shut themselves down again. They want to appear detached, they want to appear unbothered, and like they've closed the door on this connection. But their energy tells another story. Their silence has weight, their distance has meaning. Their behavior carries the imprint of someone trying very, very hard to pretend they don't feel what they actually feel. Because the truth is, they're still holding on, not in a dramatic way, not in a loud way, but in that quiet, private place where the heart keeps memories that the mind isn't ready to admit. They carry you in a place no one else sees. They carry you in the way they hesitate before moving on. They also get uncomfortable when someone mentions your name, and also they carry you in the way they keep track of you without even reaching out. They are holding you close while keeping themselves far. It's a contradiction that even they don't fully understand. For them, caring has always been dangerous. Feelings have always been something they're afraid to lose control of. So when the emotions become too real, too intense, too undeniable, their instinct was to pull back, not because they wanted out, but because they didn't know how to stay. They didn't know how to stand in front of you with their whole heart visible. They didn't know how to use your energy in a productive way and how to trust that someone could see them deeply and not walk away. So they created distance, not to forget you, but to protect themselves from how deeply they feel. And that's why their silence is confusing. It isn't cold or indifference. It's just a protective energy they want to have towards themselves. But protective silence still hurts. And you've been carrying the weight of it, questioning what's real, questioning what's imagined, and why something that felt so alive suddenly went quiet. Here's the truth beneath their quietness. They didn't expect this connection to stay with them, or your presence to leave such an imprint. They didn't expect to still think about you when they're trying to convince themselves they moved on. But you show up in their thoughts during inconvenient moments when they're alone, when the world slows down, when their guard slips for just a second. That's when you appear, not as a memory, but as a feeling they haven't processed, a feeling they're not ready to release. And even though they won't say it, their energy reaches towards you when their pride turns its head. So the part of them that cares whispers louder when no one else is listening. You've been feeling the pull because your intuition is stronger than their silence, and you sense the attachment they won't speak of. You feel the connection beneath the distance. You feel the longing they don't allow themselves to show, and it has exhausted you, not because the connection isn't real, but because you've been the one holding the truth out in the open while they hide theirs behind the walls they built long before you arrived. So you're tired of trying to translate their silence, tired of trying to understand contradictions, tired of feeling the emotional weight of someone who pretends they are unaffected, but in your exhaustion, something powerful is happening. You're remembering that your clarity does not depend on their honesty, your worth does not depend on their readiness, your heart does not need their validation to keep shining. And strangely, the moment you begin to let go of the role you've played in this connection, the moment you stop trying to hold both ends of the emotional thread and you begin to pour that energy back in yourself, that's when they feel it the most, because you stepping back threatens the one thing they've been terrified of since the beginning: losing the connection they pretend they don't care about. And their biggest fear is you moving on. It's you moving on without them, you finding peace in a place where their chaos no longer reaches you. It's you reclaiming your power in a story they thought they had time to return